Halton News right here on YourTV. It's Tuesday, May 19th, and I'm Jessica Kading. The names of the victims in a double homicide that happened in Oakville have now been released. 43-year-old Afid Ramtullah and 34-year-old Kareem Wade were killed on Saturday. Halton police responded to a call reporting a shooting just after 3 a.m. at a business near Iroquois Shore Road and 8th Line. 4 men in total were shot. Police are asking for your help in this investigation, so we spoke with Constable Ryan Anderson for the details pertaining to this ongoing investigation.
It's obviously a really tragic incident took place in Oakville over the weekend. We do have 2 people dead and 2 more in hospital. On behalf of the Halton Regional Police, I would like to express our condolences to the friends and family of the 2 deceased. But as for what we're looking for, we made an appeal over the weekend for anybody with any dash cam or who may have been in the area of Iroquois Shore Road and 8th Line in Oakville between midnight and about 3:30 a.m. on Saturday morning to contact us and share that dash cam video if they happen to be in that area. We are also looking for a white sedan that was seen in the area. The driver of that sedan, the driver is not believed to be involved, or the vehicle is not believed to be involved. We just know that vehicle was in the area, and we would like to speak to whomever that was. At this point, it is something that appears to be targeted to investigators. We don't think this was a random event, and there's no evidence that anyone it is a commercial area, but there's no evidence that anyone who works or lives in the area should feel especially threatened by what took place.
About 4 hours Saturday afternoon after a cyclist was struck by a car. It was a 46-year-old Burlington man driving a BMW southbound who hit a 32-year-old male cyclist who was trying to cross Burloak towards the entrance to Bronte Creek Provincial Park. The cyclist was taken to Hamilton General Hospital by Halton Region Paramedic Services with life-threatening injuries. The driver of the BMW did remain on scene. Any witnesses who have not yet spoken with police are asked to call the Collision Reconstruction Unit at 905-825-4747, extension 5065. During the first 10 days of this month, police seized 11 vehicles and laid 11 stunt driving offenses, mostly in Halton Hills. In every one of these cases, the drivers had their licenses suspended and the vehicle seized for 7 days. Today marks the wrap-up of Canada's Road Safety Week, so police would like to take this opportunity to thank those of you who continue to drive safely and put safety first, and they ask you to call 911 if you see risky and reckless driving behaviors that are putting other people at risk on our roads. 43 new, confirmed or probable cases of COVID-19 have been reported in Halton over the long weekend, bringing our new total to 661, with 486 people fully recovered and 25 unfortunately deceased. There are currently 150 active cases in our region. Despite entering phase 1 of reopening of the province, the Government of Ontario has now officially announced that schools will not reopen for the remainder of this school year, but they are planning to reopen in the fall. Students on track to graduate will still do so, and all students will be receiving report cards. Additionally, the province says they are looking to gradually reopen childcare centres once we enter phase 2 of recovery, as well as summer day camps for kids, but no overnight camps will be allowed this year. Today does mark day 1 of stage 1 of reopening Ontario, and as such, the government has decided to reopen some outdoor recreational amenities, such as outdoor sports and multi-use fields, off-leash dog areas, and outdoor picnic sites, as well as benches and shelters in parks and rec areas. Please note that outdoor playground equipment and outdoor fitness equipment are still closed and physical distancing is still required. Our Minister of Health, Christine Elliott, says it has never been more important for people to continue following our health measures. That being said, I'm sure some of you are excited and others may be a bit nervous that as of today, we can now physically go shopping at certain retail stores in Halton following the province's announcement last week. Stores with entrances and exits to the street, among other things, are allowed to open their doors to the public. Melissa Candelaria has more details. She was in Milton today to speak with the retailers about how they're feeling about opening their doors.
Seeing people walk into this home hardware store in Milton has certainly made its owner, Jeff Seidel, happy. Now, Home Hardware was able to stay open for curbside pickup during the course of this pandemic, but Seidel says it was a lot of work for his staff.
If you think about it from the context of they've had to run and do all the shopping, personal shopping for everybody, and it was so grueling on them, and everyone was exhausted. So the example I often use is, can you imagine having a customer over the phone describing a screw that's the length of their pinky? It was so hard to figure out what people wanted over the phone. So we are really, really excited to be able to actually serve them face to face again. Well, face to social distance face.
And in order to keep that face-to-social distance face contact going, Home Hardware has implemented things like protective screens at checkout, floor decals, and frequent disinfecting, to name a few. Seidel does say he is lucky he was able to keep staff employed in the last few months and continue to keep them employed now.
Several of them that have at-risk and high-risk people living in their homes and so on have opted to stay home, and some of them are more senior in our team, so they've opted to stay home, which is fine, which is great. But the others have really stepped up, and I'm so proud of how well they've done. They've done a great job through this whole process.
So it's pretty evident here, Jeff is super excited to come to some sort of new normal and have his doors open. Having said that, though, retailers like Home Hardware here, other hardware stores, greenhouses, nurseries and the like, had about a 7-day head start or so, as they were allowed to reopen earlier in the stage 1 of recovery. But the retailers that officially can open today, well, they're just as excited.
We've been continuing to do business the last 2 months, doing just delivery service for, drop at a door. We don't have contact with anybody, so I'm most excited to be able to see my clients' faces again.
Although Laura Newton is officially allowed face-to-face interactions again, the owner of the Kind Matter company says she is taking baby steps this week by offering curbside pickup for now.
We are allowing people who walk by to come into the shop. We do have it sort of tabled off so they can't come fully into the space, but they're able to see, the shop and the products and sort of pick off the shelves, have us pick off the shelves items that they want. And then at the end of the week, when we have our protective guard at the cash register and our social distancing decals on the floor, then we will be able to allow people in with limited numbers.
Newton is relieved to be able to get back to business. She says having to temporarily lay off her staff was not fun.
I'll be honest, it was very scary. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know how long we were going to be shut down for, but we were able to pivot our business and then go online. We have products that people do need in their everyday life. We have our refills that are all Canadian-made products. So, whether it's hand soap or dish soap or laundry detergent, everything is Canadian-made, which I think is also what sets us apart a little bit.
And what sets them apart is actually in keeping with what all our levels of government has been asking us to do, and that is to shop Canadian.
When our clients are supporting our business, they're in turn supporting so many other local businesses, right? Which is really injecting money into our own local economy, which I think is very important right now.
Reporting for Halton News, I'm Melissa Candelaria.
The weekend of May 9th and 10th had Oakville bylaw officers busy with over 300 incidents of people not abiding by social distancing rules. Unfortunately, as Oakville's Mayor Rob Burton reports, this past long weekend saw even more people disregarding the current bylaws.
This weekend we had an uptick in the amount of contact between bylaw officers and the public, whereas a week ago it was like 300 when we first had the loosening. This past weekend we had 400. I don't think we gave out any tickets a week ago with the 300 contacts, but we had 7 individuals who didn't want to cooperate, and there were 6 tickets for letting your dog run off the leash, which is never allowed in Oakville, except in a dog-free zone. And the premier has closed those, so your dogs need to be on a leash. And there was one person who just refused to leave a fenced-off area, and I guess wanted a ticket, so they got one.
Of course, the majority of people are obeying the social distancing rules, and many are even going a step farther by wearing masks when on their outings. To help assist those wearing masks in the community who help to keep others safe, as well as those on the front lines, Canada Sews held a major mask-a-thon event over the weekend. I connected with the lead of the Hamilton Halton chapter, Heather Governor, to tell us all about this initiative.
So Canada Sews had a huge nationwide, North American-wide mask-a-thon on Saturday. We partnered with Make Masks in the US and had all of our volunteer sewers set goals for how many masks or other items they would sew, and we had a virtual meeting all day long. People popped in and out as the day went on, and we ended up completing, I think, a little over 10,000 items just in that one day, which is amazing.
Wow, so how many hours was this taking place for?
It was for 12 hours, 10 a.m. until 10 p.m.
And was the idea to create a sense of community around this mask making?
Yeah, we've been, for a few months now, we've been running volunteer groups. So Canada Sews was started by our founder, Leanne. He started it in Oshawa as a small group, and it has grown since then to be a Canada-wide thing with over 30 regional groups. I'm a leader of one of those groups. So we've been already kind of establishing our sense of community and doing really well. We actually just recently celebrated that we have now delivered over 100,000 items across the country to frontline workers free of charge. And this event on Saturday, I guess, is just to get everyone together, maybe sometimes even seeing each other face to face. A lot of us have talked to each other, but since we're all socially distancing, we haven't really seen each other. So we could pop in. The meeting was set up to have virtual tables in a big virtual room so we could mingle and go act like we were actually there sewing together instead of all in our own homes sewing separately.
And where are the masks going?
They are all being donated to frontline workers. A lot of our requests are from people who work in hospitals or are associated with hospitals. A lot are from long-term care facilities, grocery stores, truck drivers, pretty much any essential worker who is still needing to go out and be around people can apply to receive our masks. And then we do our best to get those masks made by our volunteers, and then we donate them.
If you're a sewer and you'd like to help join this community and help make personal protective equipment, you can join them on Facebook at Canada Sews. Just look for the Hamilton Halton chapter. They also have a GoFundMe page for those of you who would like to help out financially. And another big thank you from the Burlington Food Bank, who've been responding to record high needs in our community, but also receiving a lot of community support and donations to help keep them going.
Just coming off a long weekend, so Thursday and Friday last week were obviously extremely busy for us, and we're already looking like we're going to have a bit of a load today. Lots of volunteer drivers already lined up and they're all ready to go, as well as our regular volunteers that are in to help out. We just wanted to thank ProServe Automotive next door. They're a great neighbor regularly anyways, but we've been so busy that we've actually blown out a couple of our carts. Wheels have fallen off, and they were really, really kind and were able to weld them and fix them for us at no charge at all. So we just want to thank great neighbors like them, as well as the other great neighbors that we have here in Burlington throughout the city who are doing food drives and all kinds of different things for us, as well as donating online or becoming a monthly donor. Again, if you need help or if you want more about us, just go to our website, burlingtonfoodbank.ca, and if you need help, email us at info@burlingtonfoodbank.ca or call us 905-637-2273.
Conservation Halton is asking all residents to keep a safe distance from all water, as well as bridges, culverts, and dams. This comes as the rain is elevating the water levels, creating fast-flowing water and slippery conditions that can be extremely dangerous, especially for children. This level of elevated concern will be in effect through Thursday, May 21st. More on our local weather forecast ahead and what to expect this week. First, we need to take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Halton News. While we're entering phase 1 of economic recovery and the gradual reopening of businesses, many will not be returning back to work just yet. And those who live alone, well, some of you may be feeling quite lonely while practicing social distancing for this length of time. A local psychiatrist from the Empathy Clinic joins us to discuss being in solitude.
Hi, this is Dr. Banacharya, speaking again from the Empathy Clinic during the pandemic crisis. So a lot of people during this time are alone for the first time, especially people in their 20s and 30s. So how do we learn how to be alone? Well, we actually learn to be alone in our childhood when we're being read a nighttime story, and then it's time for the lights to go out, but you might want a drink of water, you might want your bedroom door open, and you get scared. You get scared because you're going to be alone for the first time. So different people handle different being alone differently. Some people are comfortable being alone, but most of us need to have some companionship before we can learn to be alone by ourselves. So it's our imagination that helps us learn to be alone. That means that we can conjure up in our minds all the people that are important to us, loved ones, friends, and family. And when we think of them, it can bring a smile to our face and we can learn to be alone a little bit better. But sometimes those soothing, happy memories are very hard to do right now because we don't have as much access to those people. During this time of enforced solitude, there's someone that you should really meet. You. This is your opportunity to change something about yourself. So during that time, I'd recommend you can maybe look at old photos, remember your goals that you had when you were young and write them down. Start some memoirs or write a journal. Start a hobby, something you've always wanted to do. Maybe rework your resume or try an online personality test. Catalog your accomplishments, that can be very helpful. I always say, try to be interesting or interested. Now's the time to be interested in you. Thanks. Be safe.
Taking a look at our local weather forecast now after a rainy, long weekend. Well, we did have that one beautiful day on Saturday, but look at this. Our 5 days ahead are full of sunshine, and those temperatures are continuing to increase as we get through the week. Next weekend is looking fabulous. 27 degrees on Saturday. Comes with a mix of sun and clouds, and almost the same on Sunday, just 1 degree cooler at 26 degrees. So we have plenty of sunshine to look forward to. The Milton Chamber of Commerce invites you to join them tonight for more of their virtual community awards. These are announced on YouTube. This year's Not-for-Profit of the Year as well as Volunteer of the Year will be announced tonight. Tomorrow night, the Lifetime Achievement Award and Citizen of the Year awards will be announced. You can also watch all previously announced award winners online, and they still do plan to celebrate with a gala on September 18th. The Burlington Chamber of Commerce invites you to join their webinar this Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. They will discuss how entrepreneurs and business leaders can use mindfulness training to maintain positive mental health. Visit burlingtonchamber.com to register for that one. And finally, the Oakville Chamber of Commerce will present a COVID conversation with Dr. Janet Morrison, the President and Vice Chancellor of Sheridan College. That's taking place tomorrow, May 20th. It will be live streamed on the Chamber's Facebook page, and we'll also be airing it live right here on YourTV. And now a look at today's Market Watch. We do need to take another short break, but the fitness enthusiasts among you, as well as those looking to improve your commitment to health and wellness, will want to stay tuned. We speak with a former pro hockey player, Joe Tolles, after the break about how to stay motivated to work out while you're at home. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us here on Halton News. I'm Jessica Kading. After retiring from the Southern Professional Hockey League, Joe Tolles is now the owner of North Shore Athletic Club in Burlington. He's less than 1 year in, and COVID-19 has severely disrupted the business model of workout gyms, but he's adapted by offering members home workouts, allowing them to borrow equipment, and keeping a sense of community alive on Facebook.
So basically what we do is we run classes. I do personal training as well, but the majority of our gym is classes. So we have 6, 7, 9. So we have about 6 classes a day throughout the week, and then we have 3 classes on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. And that's what we would just kind of do that on a regular schedule. We have some open gym in between there, and then basically when COVID hit, I mean, it's, everything is stopped full circle. Like, we have no classes, gym's closed. I put out online workouts every day. Like, we already had before the gym closed, we have like kind of a workout app, so our members can access that and put in their, see what the workout is, talk to their friends and, people in the gym. And then now I just put that out online. People kind of do the workouts, post their scores, talk on the Facebook groups. Like, we chat on Zoom a couple times a week, just try to stay as involved as in the community as much as we can.
Now, it seems like some people are getting more fit than ever, walking more, drinking less, perhaps eating better, and then some people are saying the exact opposite. What have you been finding with your members?
I would say like majority of them are really staying with it a lot. I think the ones that are in, I would say a little bit easier situations maybe are having a better time. I think with people that are, maybe they're working from home and their spouse is working from home as well, and maybe their kids are at home, like it's a little bit harder for them to stay on track with their workouts and to stay motivated, because I think, that hour that they had at the gym was kind of like their time before. So I think that I've been really trying to encourage them and just keep them going. And I think, the younger, maybe, the younger married couples that have each other that both come to the gym normally, they've just kind of like, they set a time during the day where they work out together. So I think they might be having a little bit easier time with it. But yeah, I think it just depends on everybody's kind of home life situation,
Right. So what's your advice to those who found that they've been slacking lately?
Man, I have so much advice on this. I don't know. I think my biggest thing that I talk to everybody about is just kind of having a little bit of discipline. I think motivation is what, people look for all the time, but I don't think motivation is a constant. I think you're going to go through ebbs and flows of it. And even the most motivated people don't always feel motivated. So I think just trying to be disciplined and diligent with it. I tell everybody just maybe like set an alarm on your phone, get up earlier in the morning, or maybe at 5 p.m. put an alarm on your phone, and like you get away from work for an hour, you work out, you do your thing, and you get back to it. Just trying to set yourself up for success, I think, is the only way to really go about it in something like this,
The Milton Farmers Market, operated by the Milton Chamber of Commerce, has found a temporary home at Country Heritage Park. The market will open at our new location this weekend, Saturday, May 23rd from 9 to 12 p.m. Councillor Paul Sharman is hosting an online drop-in Zoom meeting for residents to ask questions and share feedback on community matters. Meeting takes place Wednesday, May 20th from 7 until 8 p.m. For more information, you can call the number on your screen. For viewers in Burlington and Oakville, Inspiring Youth with Bruce Outridge starts at 7 p.m. tonight, followed by Smart Car Confidential. Mark Carr stops by with an episode of The Issue at 8:30, and then Kathy Thompson with Beyond the Classroom, our new series on YourTV. Here's a quick look at what's happening tonight in Milton and Halton Hills, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for watching us tonight. We'll be live again tomorrow night at 5:30.